Hello and welcome to today's video. Take a moment to think about what you were doing a year ago today. Were you going to work, to school, to the grocery store? Maybe you were planning a family vacation. It's hard to imagine life in 2019, isn't it? COVID-19 has transformed our lives in ways we could never have imagined. Over the next few videos, I'm going to talk about how COVID-19 has impacted immigration. And today, I'm going to give you a brief overview. Let's talk first about immigrants who were already in the United States waiting for their applications to be processed by the USCIS. The USCIS suspended operations for 3 months. During that time, new fingerprints were not taken. Naturalization oath ceremonies were postponed, and many thousands of people's immigration status expired. Video oath ceremonies were not allowed, and the USCIS, for whatever reason, did not grant automatic status extensions. On June 18th, the USCIS offices began to gradually reopen following CDC guidelines, with significantly reduced hours in operations. As a result, tens of thousands of immigrants have lost their legal right to live in the United States, and millions of legal residents who pay taxes but do not yet have Social Security numbers are suffering financially because they were not eligible for stimulus payments, CARES Act support, or any other economic benefit. Employment-based visa categories such as H-1Bs and L visas were not being granted at the U.S. embassies and consulates. Many companies could not transfer key employees, bring over new employees already approved by the USCIS, and H-1B and L holders could not return to obtain a visa renewal for fear of not being able to return to the United States. Meanwhile, entry into the United States along the Mexican and Canadian borders were severely restricted, making it nearly impossible to immigrate, even for unaccompanied children and asylum seekers. By August, nearly 150,000 refugees had been turned away at the Mexican border. Families were needlessly separated as immigrant visas and fiancé visas were not being issued or not considered mission critical. These were family-based cases already approved here in the U.S. by the USCIS, but not being processed by the Department of State abroad. Finally, one of the most dire impacts of COVID-19 was on immigrants in detention centers. Because of the lack of social distancing and unsanitary conditions, more than 6,000 detained immigrants and workers contracted the coronavirus. Over the next few videos, we're going into greater detail about how COVID-19 has impacted those in particular immigration situations, and what steps to take if you are in those situations yourself. In the comment section below, feel free to share your experience of how COVID-19 has impacted you or someone you know. Thank you for the privilege of your time. We'll see you next time.